Yes.
Please.
I was thinking it was going to be one of those two if it wasn't McLaren.
Chasenees are one. Governess, your time restarts now. A 60s peace slogan was make love, not what?
War.
Correct. Team. Yes, unfortunately. Speaking of which, it was a bit of a blitzkrieg in the final 2 minutes for the governess there. She went hard, she went fast. Sadly, I do have to say goodbye to $32,000, but hold your heads high. Governess?
Yes, they both did very well. John in particular, I think, is an extremely strong quizzer. But, yes, I'm rather relieved to have got that under my belt.
Indeed. Thanks for being with us. Look forward to your company next time on The Chase Australia.
Perth's pharmacies of the future. Medicine and medicals.
Blood pressure, sleep apnea.
Service and price put to the test.
Our survey across the suburbs.
Plus JJ's empire.
Cattle, chicken.
Just 11.
I went half on a house with Dad.
His plans to buy an entire town.
JJ Land.
On Today Tonight.
Tonight, how could it happen? A prisoner faces court after escaping custody inside Fiona Stanley Hospital.
Exclusive on patrol with the WA Police spy camera tackling drivers on mobile phones.
Lane 3, silver car.
The Hillary Clinton email scandal puts Donald Trump back in the race for the White House.
And the country's leading racing experts with their tips as Australia counts down to the Cup.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Susanna Carr and Rick Arden.
Good evening. 2 prison officers could lose their jobs after a prisoner slipped his handcuffs at a Perth public hospital and led police on a 2-hour high-speed chase. Lawrence Hanson faced court today after a brief period of freedom yesterday that saw several police cars damaged and innocent drivers escape with their lives. Jeff Parry reports.
Lawrence Hanson's family was in court this morning where he appeared in handcuffs, surrounded by 4 guards. He called to them, "I love you, I'm okay."
Anything else better to do?
Hanson faces multiple charges arising from this police chase through the southern suburbs yesterday. Police allege he was driving this stolen Hyundai on the wrong side of the road and sometimes not on the road at all.
He's off-road through the paddock. Keep going, guys. He's going to get back onto a road.
Amanda Regan says she had seconds to react as the Hyundai sped towards her.
The windscreen was smashed, the back bumper was hanging off, there was dings and dents throughout it.
2 prison guards are under investigation and could be sacked because Hanson wasn't properly restrained at Fiona Stanley Hospital.
They're meant to be cuffed across their hands and their legs, shackled, double shackled, and always, at all times, to either a prison officer or an immovable object.
Double restraints were introduced in 2014 after Bradley McIntosh Narrier was cuffed to a handrail in a Joondalup hospital toilet. He pulled the rail off the wall and escaped through the ceiling. The opposition are asking why Hanson wasn't treated in prison.
What was he doing out of prison? That's the question to be asked. Was it cost cutting?
Corrective Services will only say that an investigation is underway and could take some time. 7 News understands the 2 officers have not been stood down. Jeff Parry, 7 News.
Now to our exclusive insight into the police spy camera being used to catch Perth drivers doing the wrong thing. Police say most motorists who see a roadside camera normally hit the brakes or change their behaviour. But you can't react to what you can't see. Here's crime reporter Grant Wynne.
Long before you even know you're being watched, they've got eyes on you.
Lane 3, silver car. Just going past you now, guys.
This driver clearly holding a phone to his ear.
It's 700 metres approximately that we can actually see the drivers. We have photographic evidence, so as we see the driver committing the offence, we can take a photographic image of it.
This driver spots the camera and drops the phone, but it's too late. WA Police first trialled the long-range camera 2 years ago. After undergoing a certification process, the technology is now being rolled out to tackle distracted drivers. With the crackdown on texting drivers in recent times, police say some people are getting more sneaky.
With regards to hiding them in the seatbelts, hiding them between their legs, and so it's becoming harder for us to detect.
The camera also catches people not wearing seatbelts and speeding.
Yeah, lane 2, guys. This truck in lane 2.
This operation at the bottom of Greenmount Hill nabbed nearly a dozen truckies speeding in just an hour.
The camera has about a 700-metre crystal clear view coming down the hill, and once they're given the word, these motorcycle policemen are ready to pounce.
And the message from police, don't say you haven't been warned.
Answering that phone call is not worth somebody's life, so put it down, wait till you get to destination and then make the call.
Grant Wynn, 7 News.
Police have reopened a cold case murder 27 years after a Perth man was stabbed to death on a city pathway. Detectives won't reveal why they're investigating the murder of Van Nguyen again, but say new technology gives them hope they can finally catch the father of eight's killer. Alexis Donkin's report contains details some may find confronting.
Stabbed 27 times in the head and heart.
Almost 3 decades on, 27 years, and no killer has been caught. $50,000 is still on offer by WA Police for answers over the violent and unprovoked murder of Van Nguyen.
There have been dramatic changes in forensic investigative techniques.
The murder happened on this Wellington Street pathway. It was November 23, 1989. Mr Nguyen, this is his passport photo, a father of 8, worked as a grocer. In January this year, the case was reopened by WA's Special Crime Squad. They won't reveal why, but say they have new information. There aren't many photos of Mr Nguyen, so police put this computer image together. It was 2 university students who found Mr Nguyen's body here on the footpath. They only recall seeing one other person, a man wearing a blue T-shirt, but that's the only description they've given police. Mr Nguyen's family issued a statement. We don't understand why he was killed. Although it has been nearly 27 years, the family has never given up hope that the person responsible will be caught. New laser technology is now being used by WA Forensics. Alexis Donkin, 7 News.
It's the last day of October and we've reached another record for our chilly spring. It's officially our coldest October in 11 years. But as Samantha Jolly explains, that's all about to change.
So it certainly is, and in a dramatic way. But first, let's take a look at spring so far. After our coldest September on record, it is now officially our coolest October since 2005, so in 11 years. The average daytime temperature for October is 23.4 degrees, and you can see we've certainly been below that, and the nights have been cold too, a degree below average. Now, the reason for the cold is the fact that we haven't shifted from our winter weather patterns, but this week the summer patterns will finally kick in, so that hot air will be carried down from the north and we'll experience some really hot days. But after our cold run, it might feel like we've skipped spring and jumped straight into summer. Rick, I'll have more details on this hot change in weather.
Thanks, Sam. A Perth geologist believes he's come up with a way of using technology normally associated with the oil and gas industry to help predict the likelihood of a shark attack. John Begg hopes to use his research to develop an app that can grade the risk of surf spots on any given day.
Nick Edwards, Kyle Burden and Jay Muscat were all killed by great whites. The attacks were years and hundreds of kilometres apart on the WA coast. But John Begg believes he's found a strong connection between all of them.
It's to do with the form of the seabed.
Studying seabed and satellite imagery, the geologist and keen surfer says there's a link between deep-water trenches and drop-offs and the risk posed by white pointers. All 3 fatal attacks happened where the seabed gave way to deep water. John's attempting to develop a program by cross-plotting those permanent underwater features with 15 other factors, including the presence of prey such as seals, the season and surf conditions on any given day.
People should be able to have some guidance about what relative risk are they taking when they enter the water.
John says his study shows surf spots right next to each other can have very different risk profiles. For example, here at Metham's Pool, he says swimmers are relatively safe because it's surrounded by this reef. But just a couple of 100 metres on either side where there is no reef, the risk goes up. Surfing WA is so confident he's onto something, it helped sponsor his research.
We believe that through his work we've been able to decrease the risk profile of having encounters with surfers and sharks in the future.
Rob Scott, 7 News.
Mandurah has claimed the unenviable title of Unemployment Capital of Australia for women. The female unemployment rate in the city is the highest it's ever been, with more than 3,000 women searching for work.
Mandurah single mother Sue Ellen Crockett has been looking for work for 6 years.
If they do respond back, it's pretty disheartening when you get turned down a lot.
The 31-year-old had to give up her job as a bar manager when she became a mum.
It's pretty depressing. Get a lot of social anxiety because I'm not involved with a lot of people not working.
ABS figures show 1 in 7 women in Mandurah was out of work last month, with the jobless rate the highest in the nation at 14.1%.
For every job in Western Australia today, 5 West Australians are looking for work. Our unemployment situation is now dire.
Mandurah Mayor Marina Vigoni says the city is doing its bit.
We've got mumpreneur programs where mothers come along with their children and they learn about running a business of their own, and this is an 8-week course and it's been very successful.
The City of Mandurah also met with the Federal Employment Minister today in a bid to get better support from the Turnbull government to help create more jobs in regional cities. The State Treasurer says there are jobs in the Peel region, but for some reason the locals don't want them.
In the Peel, we have a burgeoning agricultural sector, yet the agriculture, the farms and they can't get workers. We're importing workers from Italy.
Jamie Freestone, 7 News.
The owner of 2 dogs that mauled a young girl has been charged with unlawful wounding. The 50-year-old Eden Hill woman will face Midland Court next month. The 9-year-old girl needed surgery after she was bitten on the face and leg by 2 Staffordshire Bull Terriers in Bassendean. They've since been put down.
The FBI now has the warrants it needs to start investigating another round of emails sent by Hillary Clinton on a private server. The exchanges involving disgraced sexting Congressman Anthony Weiner have dominated headlines since the announcement was made, giving Donald Trump a big poll bounce heading into the final week of the presidential campaign.
Sunday morning church in Sin City. Donald Trump swayed, hoping the polls keep doing the same.
We never thought we were going to say thank you to Anthony Weiner.
It was the investigation into the sexting congressman that led the FBI to more private Clinton emails, while Weiner's estranged wife, Clinton's top aide, has disappeared from the campaign trail. Clinton herself headed to the pulpit.
Everyone is knocked down in life. And as my mother taught me and showed me, what matters is whether you get back up.
It now appears FBI agents found these emails weeks ago. The boss wasn't briefed until he dropped the news at the weekend.
He might have taken the first step of actually having looked at them before he did this in the middle of the presidential campaign.
Donald Trump knows this email scandal is working for him. The first poll results out since it broke show that a third of voters now less likely to support Hillary Clinton. His campaign says he now has the momentum. In Las Vegas, Chris Reason, 7 News.
Thousands of people are dressing up this evening for one of the spookiest nights of the year, Halloween. Kate Smithers is in Cottesloe, where locals there are getting into the spirit of things. Kate, what's happening there?
Sue, hello. I'm certainly feeling very underdressed here in Cottesloe tonight. It is a very popular place for Halloween. We've been here for less than an hour and we have seen 300 kids trick-or-treating. We've got witches, ghosts, vampires, clowns. It is a lot of fun, but it is important to remember to stay safe. Don't let your kids trick-or-treat alone. Take a mobile phone with you. Only accept lollies in a wrapper. Don't go inside anyone's home and stay on well-lit and well-known streets. And of course, have a very good night. There are plenty of lollies here in Cottesloe, as I'm sure there are in suburbs across Perth, so get trick-or-treating. Rick?
Thanks, Kate. Tens of thousands of racing fans have braved a chilly spring day to cheer on their Melbourne Cup heroes. Past champions were joined in the parade by this year's crop of jockeys and trainers, whose sights are set on winning the coveted trophy.
It's Melbourne's march to a racing rhythm. On the day before the Contenders Parade, with champions of the past and possibly of the future. Thousands turning out to see Cup legends. Number 6.
Hopefully, we've got 2 good horses in the race. So.
Cup favourites, James McDonald's riding Hartnell.
He's going really good, so looking forward to the race.
And for rider Caitlin Mallion, her life's work has come to this.
It's amazing. It's something I've dreamt of my whole entire life, so it's good that it's actually finally happening.
And this is what they're all racing for, the 2016 Melbourne Cup. The winner of that very first race back in 1861 took home
a watch. Tomorrow there's more than $6 million in prize money up for grabs and this cup of 18-carat gold that ensures a place in racing history. And a tip?
Yeah, don't bet on a three-legged horse.
Right. Paul Kadak, 7 News.
And our Melbourne Cup coverage is on Channel 7 from 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're out and about, you can catch every moment live on the Plus 7 app on mobile, tablet or PC.
Why, it's crunch time for thousands of West Australian students.
Plus, a royal family is in town and we'll tell you who and why.
Also, romance rumours. Has Prince Harry finally found love?
Then Perth's pharmacies of the future, service and price put to the test.
They're now really looking to be a primary healthcare destination.
Plus, JJ's empire, just 11, already a homeowner, his plans to buy an entire town.
There was a disconnect.
That's not who you are.
I don't care.
Will her decision send one of her groups home? Plus, Shawn Mendes, Dynamo and Adam Lambert's extraordinary new song, Live, the X Factor Elimination, live tonight.
This is Boosted Odds on the Melbourne Cup with Ladbrokes. Make your cup selection, press the odds boost button and watch your Melbourne Cup odds get instantly better. Who will you bet against?
Nighttime is my time with Olay Regenerist Overnight Miracle. From first drop, it helps renew your skin. And used with Olay's most advanced cream, it boosts skin renewal in just 5 nights. For firmer skin with visibly reduced wrinkles, search Olay Overnight Miracle.
There is a rhythm to harness racing, a powerful rhythm. At the Tap Touch Inter Dominion, the energy of the horse, the driver, the crowd all sink into one. The Tap Touch Inter Dominion starts Friday, November 25, culminating in the $1.1 million grand final on December 9. Harness the rhythm.
Whether you're building, renovating or doing a makeover, come to Tuck Plumbing Fixtures. Specialising in bathroom, kitchen and plumbing fixtures, we combine the world's best brands with over 40 years experience. Make the right choice. Tuck Plumbing Fixtures.
Heartburn disturbs me at night. After trying a few products, I find that Gaviscon Dual Action works fast and it gives me the relief I need to sleep.
So if heartburn and indigestion disturb you at night, try Gaviscon Dual Action for long-lasting relief in just 4 minutes. Gaviscon works differently to other antacids. It not only neutralises stomach acid, but also forms a protective barrier, even when you're lying down. And try new double-strength tablets, our strongest formula yet.
It's the big one at Nissan. Get 1% finance across the Nissan range. Hurry, this offer must end November 30.
Sì alla vita. Sì alla libertà. Sì a noi. Sì alla leggerezza. Sì all'amore. Sì a me stessa. Sì, Giorgio Armani.
Visit Maya today.
In Seven's Money Watch, the Australian share market has closed higher. The ASX 200 was up 34 points. The big four banks recovered from a flat start. Commonwealth was up 64 cents and both ANZ and Westpac rose 23. Resource giants also gained ground. BHP Billiton was 9 cents higher and Rio Tinto was up 43. Gold is trading at over $1,200 an ounce and oil is $48 a barrel. 1 Australian dollar is buying 76 US cents and 79 Japanese yen.
Thieves who are clearly not afraid of snakes have robbed a reptile shop in Sydney. They smashed their way into several display tanks. 7 baby snakes were stolen, as well as a 2-metre albino carpet python. The reptiles are worth thousands of dollars.
Perth is host tonight to some special royal visitors. From the Netherlands, King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima have kicked off their Australian tour here on the West Coast, where 400 years ago the Dutch discovered the land down under.
A traditional welcome to country for King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. The royal couple touched down in Perth, the first stop on their Australian tour. It was a quick visit to Government House in the city before they spent the day in Fremantle, where they were greeted by very excited members of WA's Dutch community.
We are absolute royal fans of the Dutch royal family, in particular Maxima.
Inside the Maritime Museum, a piece of history. The King and Queen presented this pewter dish. It was inscribed by Dutch explorer Dirk Hartog 400 years ago when he landed at Dirk Hartog Island and left the dish behind. It's the first recorded discovery of Australia.
This is the first official visit to Australia by the King and Queen since taking the throne in the Netherlands. They have another day here in Perth tomorrow before heading to Canberra, Sydney and Brisbane.
They'll watch the Melbourne Cup from Ascot Racecourse. The King and Queen married in 2002. They have 3 daughters. In 2011, more than 300,000 Aussies said they had Dutch ancestry. Kate Smithers, 7 News.
He's arguably the world's most eligible bachelor, and rumours are rife. Prince Harry has turned to Hollywood for love. The Prince is reportedly dating American actress Meghan Markle, who plays Rachel Zane in the US legal drama Suits. No comment from the royals, but the British tabloids are quoting aides close to Harry who say the Prince is besotted and happier than he's been for many years. And still on the subject of romance, a Qantas pilot has used his job to make a very public proposal. Captain Dooley Ellis got engaged on board QF93 from Melbourne to Los Angeles.
So now that I have her complete attention, Anna, ¿quieres casarte conmigo? Will you marry me?
Hopefully autopilot was on when the captain went for a walk, and there are those 3 words. She said yes.
Time for Sport now with Adrian Barrett, who I hope is going to tell us which horse is going to win the Melbourne Cup.
Sue, we'll do our best. No, McAvaney gives us all the late mail, plus it's war. The Aussies declare a sledging war on South Africa as Stark promises to meet fire with fire. And Daniel Ricciardo gets robbed of another chance to do a shoey after a chaotic Mexican Grand Prix.
Her family isn't really her family.
She knows.
What will she do?
This is all your fault.
Home and Away, tonight at 7.
The progressive new Corolla Hybrid. With the latest technology and the impressive performance of Toyota's hybrid Synergy Drive. It's for the generation going places. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Keeping your body in perfect shape isn't always easy. Fortunately, keeping your hair in perfect shape is. The Crew Cut exclusive to Shaver Shop with Japanese steel blades which cut in any direction. The Crew Cut from VS Sassoon. The clipper has evolved.
This is Boosted Odds on the Melbourne Cup with Ladbrokes. Make your cup selection, press the odds boost button and watch your Melbourne Cup odds get instantly better. Who will you bet against?
Recent cuts to TAFE have seen fees go up. I'm worried our young people won't get the same opportunities I did. At the state election in March, I'll be backing the party that backs TAFE.
Authorised by Pat Byrne, SSTUWA Perth.
Whatever you're growing, you need Bailey's Soil Improver Plus. It holds onto moisture and nutrients, plus it builds healthy soil biology. It's made in WA, it's Bailey's, and it works.
Now, what's Henderson doing wrong, everyone? Anyone? Up and Go is the most important drink of the day. It's got the protein, energy and fibre of 4 wheat bix and milk. Nice one, Henderson!
Who says you can't have it all? The perfect lifestyle is waiting for you at the Crescent Vive Ash. Let the stress melt away in your very own sanctuary on the Swan River and explore the vibrant Swan Valley and Midland hubs, alive with wineries, shopping and every amenity imaginable. All just 18 k's from the Perth CBD. Stage 3 lots now selling, perfectly sized to build your dream home and lifestyle. Hurry, land that's perfectly placed is rare. Secure yours now, thecrescentviveash.com.au.
Imperfections? Shine? Act with Pure Active 3-in-1 with clay and eucalyptus by Garnier. It's a cleanser, scrub or mask for visibly clearer skin. Pure Active 3-in-1. And now Pure Active with charcoal.
Garnier. the progressive new Corolla Hybrid. With the latest technology and the impressive performance of Toyota's hybrid Synergy Drive. It's for the generation going places. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Tonight's 7 Sport Update brought to you by your West Australian Toyota dealer network. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Australia has been drawn into a war of words ahead of the first test against South Africa at the Wacker. Aussie quick Mitchell Starc says he's ready to unleash some thunderbolts at the Proteas batsman.
The Aussie Brains Trust talk tactics and selection in the middle of the Wacker as an intense series looms.
We play an aggressive brand of cricket. We know where the line is. We don't know. We headbutt it. We don't go over it.
South African batting star Hashim Amla says he won't be part to any sledging.
I want to just keep it as gentlemanly as possible, if there is a word like that.
Lion, more non-committal.
Oh, they've been coming out already, so they can talk about whatever they want.
The Aussies admit they will zero in on Protea skipper Faf du Plessis after Dale Stein's plan to target Australian captain Steve Smith.
We'll be applying as much pressure on their captains as he's talking about ours.
They keep talking about how good a bowling attack they are, so it's for us to match that and better that in our own conditions. So look, I'll be trying to match it with Dale, and I'm sure the rest of our guys will as well.
Starc says he's fully fit and overcoming a knee problem.
The wound's not closed yet, but that's not going to stop me bowling.
Settle and Joe Menny will fight it out for the final bowling berth, Menny hoping to be the recipient of a baggy green.
If I do get selected and I do get handed that one, but no stage do I know who's going to give that to me. So we'll wait and see.
The Wacker Wicket is expected to deliver some of its well-known characteristics, pace and bounce. Peter Vlahos, 7 News.
Hartnell remains the favourite for tomorrow's Melbourne Cup, while locally bred horse Jamaica is set to carry Australia's hopes. So who's going to win? Here's our experts, Francesca Kumani and Bruce McAvaney.
The race that stops the nation continues to get bigger every year.
Now I think it's at least pauses the rest of the world for about 3 minutes.
The race that stops the nation and wakes up the rest of the world.
Sydney stayer Hartnell had a final run this morning and remains favourite.
Hartnell's the best horse, but there's that query about 3,200 metres, and did the Cox Plate flatten him?
The Kieran Maher trained Jamaica is the other big local hope. One punter backed her with an $80,000 bet.
She's got so much weight for a mare.
Oceanographer will back up from Saturday's Lexus Stakes win.
His win in the Lexus was stunning. It was breathtaking. Run well on the Saturday on Derby Day. They normally back it up in the Cup.
Of the international raiders, Big Orange is attracting big attention, but after more than 2 decades of trying to win the Cup, legendary jockey Frankie Dettori says it's finally his turn on Wicklow Brave.
The Melbourne Cup is a massive race. It's a race that I love to win, and I will try.
I'm going to have to go with Grey Lion. He's trained by my brother, so it might be a bit of a biased choice.
Caitlin Mallion's on board 70-1 chance Assign. She's the only female jockey in tomorrow's race and going all out to emulate the fairy tale finish Michelle Payne produced last year on Prince of Penzance.
Remember, he was 100-1. It was an incredible feat.
Can lightning strike twice in the same place within 12 months?
Mel McLaughlin, 7 News.
And of course, the Melbourne Cup Day is live and free exclusively on 7 and the Plus 7 app from 7 a.m. tomorrow. The big race, of course, at midday. To footy now, and Fremantle have appointed high-performance manager Tom Morris to help coach their coaches. The Perth-born Morris is a former Australian and Canadian national rowing coach. Meantime, the Eagles have re-signed veteran Sam Butler for another season, while popular defender Mitch Brown has been delisted and veteran Saint Sam Fisher has announced his retirement. And it was a fiery end to the Formula One Grand Prix in Mexico, with WA's Daniel Ricciardo and his Red Bull teammate both clashing with Sebastian Vettel. The Ferrari driver was penalised for dangerous driving, but not before he gave Max Verstappen a huge bake.
That's what he is. He's smiling now. I don't know. For me, he doesn't deserve to be up there.
And he was right. Vettel's post-race penalty elevated Ricciardo to 3rd place. Lewis Hamilton was the runaway winner, but with 2 races remaining, he still trails championship leader Nico Rosberg. Well done, Danny. That's all in sport. Tomorrow night we'll have a full replay of the Melbourne Cup in case you miss it. See you then. Now here, Rick and Sue.
Thanks, Barra. It's a warm and sunny week with our first scorcher coming up soon. Sam tells us when in a moment.
Then Monica joins us with Today Tonight.
Perth's pharmacies of the future, service and price put to the test.
If you've got a number of medication, it would make a big difference.
JJ's empire. He's just 11 and already a homeowner. How a backyard hobby is making millions.
I'll buy the town and I'll make some money from that. Then I'd probably buy some farms and stuff.
Meet the Perth man who holds the secret to cricket's baggy green cap.
He's been so pivotal in this iconic tradition of Australian sport.
Plus, inside Australia's oldest bank safe, see the treasures kept under lock and key.
In the #1 Aussie drama, the event that could make her a star.
You gotta risk it all, risk it all.
But it could all come undone.
She's going to jail. That's almost certain.
And it could take everyone down with her.
You're willing to lie in court for something you barely know.
But it's the confession that'll really rock her world.
What's wrong? That DNA test.
Jessica Malboy in The Secret Daughter, tonight after X Factor.
Come and look at life from our lifestylers' point of view. See why our 9 communities are home to 3,000 people who've become friends and neighbours with others. Too young, too fit or simply too healthy for a traditional retirement village. Visit us this Tuesday between 1 and 3. Inspect our well-maintained and affordable pre-loved homes for sale and check out the superb resort facilities that are yours to enjoy all year round.
You'll love what you see. Come on.
Why am I with Cbus?
Because they invest in this industry.
That helps build my super. And creates tens of thousands of jobs.
So yeah, Cbus really is for all of us.
Cbus, for all of us.
This is first-timers, dabblers and diehards. This is hell-breds, pounding hearts and screaming crowds. This is the Melbourne Cup. Who will you bet against?
How would you feel about owning this new Holden Colorado?
Oh, I'd be frothing.
Do you want to swap your Hilux for this new Holden Colorado?
Of course. What do you mean?
So yes, it's yours.
Yes.
It's yours.
What do you mean? Are you serious?
Yeah, dead serious.
So
say hello to your new vehicle.
Oh, delicious.
Go ahead, eat, really eat. Dig into real food with real ingredients. Devour berries, almonds, pepitas and multigrains in the special K-Nourish range. Don't just eat it, own it.
Summertime is a time to shine for you and your nails. With Scholl, you can make them look beautiful and complete your perfect summer look to step out with confidence. For this, more and more women rely on Scholl and its electronic nail care system, with 3 heads for filing, buffing and polishing, and a nourishing oil to give natural-looking shine and soft cuticles to your toe and fingernails. Jump into summer with beautiful summer nails made by Scholl and its electronic nail care system.
Now with pineapple and coconut, there's a new way to enjoy real fruit and the goodness of milk. Let's play. It's your play. You play.
In February of 2007, I lost my home to a bushfire and I almost lost my son. I hadn't maintained the trees around my property and they quickly became fuel for a nearby fire. When a second fire came through in 2016, we had a bushfire plan. Our property was ready and so were we.
Don't wait to lose everything before taking action. A new emergency website provides vital information during emergencies and will help you prepare your own bushfire plan. Search Emergency WA and get ready.
This weather report is brought to you by Are You Bushfire Ready?
This is it. Only Sunrise will take you trackside live from Flemington. That's on Australia's #1 Brekkie Show tomorrow.
Now Fuel Watch, Perth's petrol prices. Brought to you by Fuel Watch and 7 News.
Hello, we hit another record for spring, our coolest October in 11 years. Our average daytime temperature was 21.8. Last year, the average was 26.8, so a big difference. But the cold snap will finally end this week. Our top for the last day of October was 22.5 degrees, and right now it's 17 degrees in the city. Looking at the suburbs today, Hillary's had a top of 18 degrees, a warmer 25 in Bullsbrook. For the rest of WA, it was a cold night for Katanning, 1 degree. Some very light rain in Esperance and Manjimup. Around the state tomorrow, there is a strong wind warning for the Gascoyne, Geraldton and the Lancelin coast. On the satellite, there's some mid-level cloud over central parts. A ridge of high pressure lies near the south coast and a trough through the central Gascoyne, so it will stay clear and warm for a while in Perth. On the east coast, possible storms for Brisbane tomorrow and showers and 17 for the Melbourne Cup race. On local waters, winds will be southeast 15 to 20 knots, then tend southerly. So sunny and 26 tomorrow, down to 10 tonight. Wednesday warms up to 29 degrees, 24 for Thursday, then 28 at the top on Friday. Saturday, though, will be a scorcher, 35 degrees, and staying warm Sunday, 29. Before I go, congratulations to Neville and Mary Green of Merriwa, who recently celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary. Now, here's Today, Tonight and Monica. The pharmacies of the future have arrived.
Sam, they've become the first port of call for so much more than medicine, with many offering extras that used to be limited to the doctor's office. We've surveyed the suburbs to find the best pharmacies for price and service.
Pharmacy is the one-stop shop